it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.-liquid mix show stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.e-liquid mixing show stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove.
Let's get ready for the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In a world of vape, where flavors collide, we gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage, where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show, where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
Welcome to the UK mixing. Welcome to the UK-e-liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night, and it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and things. So, who you got on tonight? Got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty, and we've got the green goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. So, if you are in chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in Twat Chat. If you're in Twat Chat, swap it over live chat, and you keep up with everything we are doing. So there you go. Pop the chat out so I can see everything. Hope you're all well. Pop you out so I can see you. Look, there we go. There we go. Nice and look at that. None of this fancy. None of this half an hour getting into it. How's your day been? How's your week been? How's your hour been? So I hope you're all right. If you have got any questions, do drop them in chat. It is for your new mixers as well. Like we said, if you have got anything you want to know about new mixing, just drop it in chat there. Don't think that if there's anything that terminology or anything like that that goes over your head and you want to know what we're on about, just ask us to explain it to you and we'll explain it a little bit better. So if we are talking about stuff and you're thinking, what the hell are they talking about? Just drop it in chat and say, can you just explain to me what's this? If we're on about flavours and it's like Wonder Flavours, all that, and we'll call it WF and all this lot, just say, what was that? And we'll put it in chat and we'll address it. So don't think that you can't say anything if you are watching as a new mixer.
It doesn't matter what you're thinking either. Don't think of it as a silly question. Just go ahead and ask it. Because everybody's got to start somewhere.
We'll tell you if it's a silly question. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll tell you that, but yeah.
Does Benny Vapes have
Stupid
mankinis?
question is the
Duh.
one not asked.
Yes, exactly. Rocky's saying, Tim, turn the heating up, you Scrooge.
Bro, I have a space heater like 2 feet
Tino.
from my feet. A blanket, a jacket, a hat, and gloves. It is still freaking cold in here because it's only 60 degrees outside.
You know why it's not working? It's because you're not in space.
I can fix that.
No joke though. It got so damn cold here last night. It was, and of course the dogs had to go out in the peak cold of the night. Yay!
Well, we've just been asking that because we were like, oh yeah, it's like 7 Fahrenheit. We're like, well, what's that in proper terms? You know what I mean?
It was
like
negative 24 Celsius last night here without the wind chill factor. Negative 24 Celsius.
And we complain about being -2.
I'm surprised when the dog's going out for a pee late at night. They think you come running back in looking like they had their own javelins.
We have huskies. They love it. They go out and play. And Tim's like, no, go to the bathroom so we can get inside. I'm cold. You like it. I don't.
Oh, I got the one goes out there. He's actually the one who likes the cold the best, but he'll go out there and do his business. Pee, poop, done. The other one goes out there, pee forever, and then dance around and do figure eights for 45 minutes and finally decide maybe he might go.
Just let him out in the yard. Just let him out in the yard and let him have a run around. He'll come back when it's cold.
Oh,
Never
see,
get
that's
cold.
what I do. Is I'm the one that deals with the pit bull, so I just put her on the hook, let her out the door, and when she's too cold, she jumps out the door, and I let her back in.
Neil, I tried to
Exactly.
get her to stay in here. She said no.
Well, that's because A, I wouldn't be able to hear them because you have a headset. B, they wouldn't be able to hear me unless I'm screaming to the mic.
They're sitting next to me. They could hear you just like they can hear me.
And you told me I can't take today off because I might be taking Saturday off because I don't want to deal with the cold.
I didn't
and
say you were
my-
taking Saturday off. That was
She
you.
don't want to deal with the chocolate. That's why she's having Saturday off.
No, I'm getting punched in the eyeball with a needle on Friday. So if it's
See?
really
That's not
cold in
very
here,
nice.
I'm not going to want to sit here with a swollen black eye that's all red and puffy and leaking, you
So
know?
it's 2 black eyes or nothing. Got it. I'll talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
You're going to get it after the show.
Right. So, Liam, do you want to do a quick rundown chat, if you would, please?
Yeah, in chat tonight we have Brian Ferguson, Stephen DeRissier, Frankie Jazz 24/7, Neil Pitts, Rocky Tooney, and
John?
Nikki Maynard, Dino D-Vape, John McClintock, and Birdie.
Birdie, a big sexy birdie bastard. He's going to be on the show on, well, it's Monday for him, it's Sunday for us. So
And,
he's going to be on NUVS.
and Kaiser Soze.
Guys, so yes, so if you want to see a bit of birdie love, he will be on NUVS
Birdie.
on Sunday night. Bit of birdie love. So I think...
We were talking about Birdie
sorry,
last night with
Tim.
Legion.
Yeah, birdie. So if you don't want to see him, want to see
Tim
all
didn't
his
want me to
bearded
let
corners.
Legion and Birdie know that I was getting my next injection because the last one I did, we were on their show that following Sunday morning.
Yeah. So what you been up to? What we'll do is we will see what everybody's vaping on. We'll say, Tim, what are you vaping on?
BCF Sour Flavor Pack version 2. Just working on another version of the sour, the flavor pack to working with the sours in it. In the Hadley on top of the Thelema. And that's really all I'm actively vaping on right now because I haven't rewicked anything yet. So I will pass it to Lady.
All right. I got my, hold on. My recoil, my Thelema, and I've got some guava strawberry cheesecake, and it's really good.
I like guava.
And-
I actually like guava.
Yeah, that new strawberry guava from Wonder Flavors is amazing.
Is it nice? No, I'll have to.
Yeah,
Get that.
that's what I used in here. That with, I think, the fresh guava. I'll have to look. But that's all I got, and I'll pass it to Liam.
Okay, so I'm on the Steam Crave Hadron 250C with the Aroma Miser V2 on top. And in that, I'm vaping on the last of my cheesecake. I just mixed up the last 100 ml. I've run out of the flavors for it now. So next week it will be something different.
Ah.
I might
How
do a
is your
nice.
button doing? How's your button doing on that thing? Wasn't your button?
No,
Or
the
case?
the button on this is fine. It's the case.
You have such issues with your.
I just use and abuse them, don't I? That's why. But I'm thinking next week might be a nice simple tobacco or something.
Birdie's going out there. He's getting a hog 400 XL today.
Nice.
That'll be run to its bollocks. It'll be going. It comes in like a big boy that's ugly. I'm a fucking hog, me. No, then Birdie gets hold of it. I'm like a little baby dog. No, please don't put me that high, please. You use me too high. So I'm on the Gua with the Sekas on top, and inside that I've got some Hayati Blue Raz Cherry, which is quite nice for the cheap juice. It's quite nice as that. And I'm also on the Inner King Naked AIO, and inside that I've got some of my own RY4. That's what I've gone with. RY4, a little bit of an RY4 doage on there. RY4 double, a bit of sweet cream. A bit of, I think I put a bit of sweet cream in, a bit of RY4 double, some vanilla in there. I think I got vanilla gelato in there. Quite nice.
It's pretty similar to that Rouen Reserve kind of feel.
Yeah. I quite like it for my own mix, to be honest with you. It's quite a nice one. I tell you what, I did look at this week. I was looking at some Hensing concentrates.
Flavors.
Because you can't get them. You can't get the bit of. They used to be able to get them from chefs, didn't you? Quite.
You
a
get
few
them
of
DIY Canada. Quite a few
Yeah,
of
they-
them DIY
yeah.
Canada.
There was another place in the UK that did a couple of them as well, and
Yes.
I had a check the last time we were talking about them, and yeah, they stopped doing them then.
Yeah,
and
you
all,
were trying to
Well,
look that on the
I did
show.
find
and you
one.
couldn't
I
find
did
anything.
find one that does it. That's got them, but you have to buy 30 mil, which is
Yeah.
about a fiver.
That's not
for
horrible.
30 mil. It's not horrible, but they haven't got that much. They've got RY4, which I might get because Hansing's were the original RY4, wasn't it?
Yep.
So I might get that to try that out. Or courtesy at FV Vape Show. Very nice. Very nice. Old Peter and AJ. Or young Peter and AJ. So yes, I'm looking at it. I think they've got a couple of bits in that are quite took my fancy, but they ain't got a lot. They've not got a load of flavours. So I think they've got a strawberry, a blueberry. So I was quite thinking, I might pick a couple of them up just to see what, because I've never had Hansing flavourings, as in flavourings.
We just got a few I got from DIY Canada, and I think I had one or two I got from Tam back in the day, back when we first started.
We haven't
I
tried
think
them all,
that's all I
but the
have.
ones we have tried are really good. The chocolate is really good, and the was it Italian cream?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the hot
so
dog
if-
flavoring's not bad. We've had that for
See if
years.
I can,
Okay, it really doesn't taste that bad. You don't taste the hot dog. You taste like a toasted bun, but your breath smells like you've been eating boiled sausages.
It's one of the
Yeah.
little notes you just say, you go to a pub and they'll think it's normal, but if you do it at home, Benny, the wife's gonna start asking questions.
right,
Wife
so
or girlfriend.
they've got the best e-cigarette, it's called, and next day delivery £6.99, free UK delivered over £15. So they've got blueberry, golden VGA, Handsome Menthol, aniseed, blueberry, chocolate cream, cigar flavour, golden tree, golden silver, golden VGA, HS menthol sensation, ice mint, juicy peach, lemon, lemonade, menthol, rainbow, which is like a tobacco thing, raspberry, red energy, red USA mix, RY4, Hanks and strawberry, the palm flavour, and USA mix. So they've got quite a lot of tobaccos.
Yeah, I wonder if the palm flavour is like a Virginia or gold leaf or something. You know,
Bet me so.
you know, based on the leaf, the shape of the leaf.
Yeah.
But
So I do quite fancy picking some. I quite fancy the cigar one, the RY4 one. Probably pick the strawberry, the juicy cherry, but they're like $5.99. Do you know what I mean? So but I suppose you're getting 4 flavours, £20, and it's free shipping then. So
the way I see it is that there's got to be a reason why they're used in a lot of the disposables and stuff like that.
yes, that's why I want to get it. Yes,
I know where most of them are based. It's probably cheap and easy to get hold of.
yes.
But I should imagine if it didn't taste great, then they wouldn't be selling many units anyway.
No.
So there's got to be a reason why.
Yeah. So I'm going to think, like I say, I might get the peach, I might get the lemon, the lemonade, the raspberry, the strawberry, the RY4. I don't think I get the chocolate cream. I'm not a massive chocolatey sort of person, so. But I might get that. But I might try it because I've never heard of this. They're actually in Derby somewhere, so they might be all right.
And we've had the first question of the night as well off Rocky. Is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco? It's a sandwich.
It can't be a taco, can it? Because a taco's an hard shelling.
Yeah,
It's a sandwich. It's made with bread.
But what I want to know is a hot dog a sausage sandwich?
Depends on what
Depends
you're
on the
having.
hot
'Cause,
dog.
I mean,
Depends on the hot dog.
I know in my neck of the woods, a lot of people will say that they're having a hot dog when they actually mean a sausage in a bun.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've actually went and bought hot dogs before at a vendor before, and sometimes they're actually a type of sausage.
As opposed to a Frankfurter.
So when does it become so when does a hot dog become a hot dog when it's a sausage in a bun? Do you know what I mean?
When
It's
it does
still a
something
sausage
really
in a bun.
elaborate, because the hot dog is always the person who goes over the top and does something crazy. Yeah. It can't be normal.
Do you have Savoys over by you? Do you ever have a Savoy?
Never heard of it. I don't know what
Savoy.
you're talking about.
Never had a Savoy. Oh, I love a Savoy.
See, I used to love it. I used to really
At
like
least not by that name. Not by
I
that
used to
name.
really like a Savoy until I had a bad one.
Really?
And then it just put me off them completely. I haven't had one for years.
I love it. I love a
Oh,
Savoy.
Birdie, natural casing red. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
Makes me a
suppose
red hot dog.
I suppose a Savoy is like a form of a hot dog, isn't it?
It is a form of hot dog, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's an Italian sausage. Is it Italian sausage? I think it is. Or
I'm
something
not
like that.
sure.
I'm not sure where. Oh no! I actually think it's called a Savoy, but it was invented in UK. I'm sure that's what I read up on.
To be honest, like most traditional sausage in buns and things like that, it's made of a meat of undetermined origin, which is where the best sausage in buns come from.
Yes, it's just made up of shit.
Brian,
isn't it,
Brian,
basically?
technically it isn't required, but it should be. It does sound good. Nice spicy chili topping.
See, I don't do
yeah.
no,
Chili
just
dog.
Ketchup. Do you have onions? Do you do fried onions? Fried onions.
Fried onions, fried onions and peppers if you got them. Yeah.
Yeah. We do fried onions here when we get
Even
home.
better on sausage. So I'd be honest with you.
Yeah. Right. So we had a couple of recipes that was dropped in. If you want to have a look, Rocky's just put. I'm on my new yet to be released one. If you want to be that first time up here.
Right, so let's do a quick share screen on Rockies. It looks like we're going to crash out. No, I'm not going to crash out. You're just thinking for some reason. There we go. Why are you doing this? There we go. Let's get the right screen up. There it is. Okay, so it's 0.5% of Vapotrain coffee liqueur, an excellent
me
coffee liqueur.
Mhm.
I love that flavour.
That's me. Out.
0.5% Flavora cream,
Cult.
1% Flavora milk and honey, and 6% TFA-RY4 double.
Where's the cult?
That looks absolutely delicious, Rocky.
I mean, you went a little sideways at putting the milk and honey in there because if you leave that out, it would be so much better. But
And John's just put in, he thinks that it says, I'd say, having thought about it, a sausage taco.
Yeah, Brian is New York Street. Yeah, you know what? When I lived there for 1 year, I spent more time eating pizza and hot dogs or sausages from vendors because I prefer to eat when no one else is out there. Not as many people are out there.
To be fair,
like
if
2, 3 a.m.
If you're getting from a street vendor who's pushing it around in a cart, then it's going to be a dirty one, isn't it? Because he's got all shit all over.
No, I'm telling you what, those are some of the best foods you can ever get.
It's outside. You've got flies. You've got shit. You've got dust in air. Of course, it's a dirty fucking dog.
It doesn't matter.
you
Oh,
realize
it's so
keep
good.
it covered, right?
It doesn't matter.
It's so good.
They're made from the rats they found in the local sewer anyway.
Street vendor food was my go-to when I lived there.
I got Neil's recipe up. So this is, I think it just says tobacco bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really need to move that top bar because every time I share screen, for the first couple of seconds, it just shows across the top of the title.
Well, there's your
So
mate.
it's 2% flavour West Cherry Crush, 0.5% TFA Kentucky Bourbon, 3.5% TFA RY4 Double, 0.5% of Purilium Super Sweet, and 2% Wonder Flavors Tahitian Vanilla Cream.
What is that Tahitian vanilla cream? I've not heard of that one.
It's Tahitian vanilla, basically.
Oh,
So
right.
it's another type of vanilla, like Madagascar, and
Yeah.
it's a different type of vanilla. So it's essentially just vanilla cream.
Yeah, it's kind of a smoother, like bright vanilla.
Yeah, some of them have a very, very low spice notes to them. Others are a lot smoother and a lot more full on with the vanilla. Others have hints of something else to them.
Yeah.
You've had the Catalan cream, right, Benny? Catalan
No,
cream or
I
whatever.
ain't. No, I ain't. No.
Because the Tahitian's kind of a little bit more subtle version of that one.
Right.
Yeah,
I've
but
only
the
ever had.
No, Catalan cream is a Spanish creme brulee.
Yeah, the flavor though, that Catalan cream by what is it, FA? Is it FA?
Yeah, it's creme brulee. It's a Spanish creme brulee. Pretty much.
Don't get much brulee out of it though. No brulee. out of it.
because they don't actually burn. They don't burn the top. They don't caramelize the top.
I did too, Birdie. That's why I said it.
John saying loves street food, but when you see the ones in India and stuff, yeah, no, they're bad, mate. Don't ever go to India and eat street food from there. Fuck me.
Although the kebab things, whatever you call them, it starts with SH. What is that called? Shwami,
Shisha.
whatever.
Shawami. No, we have. You call them shawami, but we just call them kebabs.
No, shawarma is slightly
The one
different.
where they cut the meat off the spigot that goes up and down. I'm
that's
telling you
kebab,
what.
yeah.
If you go to a place, I haven't been to a place that had that forever. Those were so good.
Yeah, we have kebab. Do you know that were invented in? Do you know when you see this German done, it was actually invented in Germany?
Really?
Yeah. It's not.
Doesn't make
Turkish.
sense. Does make sense.
He said, "Watching you guys is more important." Well said, mate.
That's why I
No,
threw my
he's
heart.
got his own coming, so he doesn't have to worry about it. I do love Sam though.
I know slightly derailed the show a little bit because we were talking about food, but Clark was watching a YouTube video the other day and an ex-Master Chef guy going around to all these exclusive restaurants and stuff. There was one he went to, it was something ridiculous, like £2,000, if not a bit more. And I've never seen such pretentious twaddle in my life.
Yeah, these when you know when they say I've seen them when you watch that Sunday morning dinner. Have you seen that Sunday morning with that James whatever it is? And they come out, they get all these fine dining restaurants, plus it out, and they put these two little blobs on a plate. I'm like, if you come out with me and I paid £100 for that, I tell you, fuck off, take it back and invest.
This one was like and candy and basically what's happened is
I've seen him.
The chef has just gone, right, these people have got more money than I am. They're paying a stupid amount of money. What can I serve them to fuck with them? What can I make these pretentious ass hats eat?
Do you know?
And
do
you know
what
what?
I'd
They
do
will
if-
eat the most pretentious things too.
So do you know what I'd do if that was me? Right, I would do a pudding, and do you know what it'd be? It'd be an ice cream with some Haribo mix on top of it. Send it out like
no,
a 5p bag of Haribo mix.
One of the things they served was it came out in a bowl shaped like a human skull, right? with a bit of it had a bit of the face on it as well, and they took the lid off and had eyebrows on, and inside they had a mechanical thing. Inside was like the jelly brain, which you could see pulsating up and down from the
from
the movement of the thing, and inside was just this little cup, this tiny cup of something that.
Yeah.
And it was, with every mouthful. It's like, there's literally just one fucking mouthful there.
Yeah. Sean's saying, has anybody watched the film Menu? No, I've not seen that, mate. I've not heard of it.
I've seen it, but I haven't watched it. No.
So,
No, I haven't seen that one.
But think about it. Think about it. Rich people.
Is that the Jean...
Pate, escargot, caviar. I mean, you think about that. What kind of sick, sadistic person decided at some point, this is what we serve the rich people? It's like, okay.
Well, it's I don't know if you ever told you, I went to Ivy Asia, which is Ivy over here, this really expensive restaurant. They've got one in Leeds called it's Ivy and then Ivy Asia. It's like an Asian sort of Chinese / Indian / Japanese inspired restaurant thing, and we went there, and it was all the presentation that made it look good. So come out with crispy duck in a duck, metal thing, and then took the lid off and wafted it round the table. So all the steam came off of it and wafted in front of you, so you got all the smell of it. It was all like the starters came out, like the Japanese sushi and that lot, all come out on a shell with what is it on it? Nitrous oxide and ice and all that, so all steam. It were all presentation. It were all fair and no knickers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't any better than going to my local flipping all you can eat buffet. It's really, but it was just all the presentation they put into it that made it good. They didn't taste any different than anywhere else.
Yeah, I had a $10,000 steak and it tasted absolutely delicious. Well, yeah, because you're not going to pay $10,000 for it and then turn around and say it was absolute shit, are you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Rocky says, I like my hot dogs with tater salad. He's put a little recipe in there. Neil said the worst thing I've seen.
Recipe for potato salad.
Neil said the worst thing I've seen is people having the bird nest soup. Nest is made of the bird's spit. Disgusting, yeah. Pardon me. Snails.
Yeah, snails, ground liver, mixed like cat food, and I meant to say raw fish eggs. That makes sense. That's expensive person food. You wouldn't want to get any of that, and no cheap person could ever get a hold of all those really low end ingredients.
Yeah, Sean saying wants to try a wagyu beef. You can buy that.
Right, a mile up the road here. Like, not even kidding. 1 mile up the road is wagyu beef.
Yeah, you can buy wagyu beef.
Yeah, I'm sure. Not Costco over here, but Costco in the States are actually selling wagyu beef.
We get Aberdeen Angus beef in ours.
Yeah.
Costco.
Yeah.
Aberdeen Angus. That's what it is. So is that what it is? A potato salad with tater salad? A tater salad recipe?
I don't know. I'm too scared
to salad recipe.
I'm too scared to click on the link.
There you go.
No,
anyone interested? There you go. You can check out that place. It's literally a mile from the house.
It's a weird Rocky recipe. It's another weird one. I'm gonna share
Has it got
it.
milk and honey in it?
No. So it's half a percent of Wonder Flavors buttermilk, 0.25% VSO celery, 1% FA custard premium, 3% one-on-one mashed potato, 0.14% one-on-one pickle, 0.5% of one-on-one mustard, sorry, 0.5% of one-on-one pickle, and 1% VSO sabayon.
What is sabayon?
No idea.
It's a wine egg mixture,
I mean, he had me at custard and then lost me with the rest of the ingredients.
yeah.
You know, he shared that because I can't taste the one-on-one pickle.
Sabayon sauce is egg yolks, sugar, and wine. Yes, that's what I thought.
Nice.
See, that sounds all right. That does so.
Answer
bit.
to Rocky though, we actually got some calamari the other day. We got these calamari like frozen breaded things to try.
Oh, I love calamari.
Oh no, this was not
This
good.
was
I like
not good
calamari too, but
calamari.
this was not good calamari. This is terrible.
The dogs
But,
loved it.
yeah.
All
we did
right,
not.
Cloud Chucker, we're asking last week. He said the cookie dough recipe. Tried it today, and he loves it. Really nice. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Nice. So while we're talking about expensive and high end stuff, what would if someone came at you and they had £1 million, what sort of would you knock up as a flavour for them? Would you go with like medicine flower and see if you could, the most expensive? If you said I want the most expensive e-juice,
$1 million are coming at me directly to me. It's time for my own line.
No, but would you go for high end concentrates or would you just stick with normal?
Well, no, because I mean,
I would still say a mix. I'd say a mix of concentrates because you need a mix to make a good mix.
If they want the most expensive e-liquid, that's basically wherever you got to charge for it, isn't it? So it doesn't matter what you put in it. It could just be PG, VG, and nicotine, and then turn around and say that
PG,
that's
VG,
a million
nicotine.
please.
No, but he said if he
Two
said I
caps,
wanted
strawberries, done.
if it said I wanted the breakdown of costings that I wanted to be the most expensive I could do. You could do for me.
Well, most expensive is fine, but it's not going to be the best. You said difference. Finest ingredients are not the most expensive ingredients in all cases.
Like the finest ingredients that you can do, and I want it to be, really nice. Would you sort of throw in some medicine flour in there? Would you throw in some VSO?
If it fits,
No,
do you know what I mean?
No,
if it fits.
No, because even though the cost of the medicine flour is high initially, you're using it that low that it may actually work out to be cheaper than anything else you're putting in there. So
That's true.
It's true.
You'd
A
have
lot of times
to,
you need 0.2 on there, and it's good to go. Yeah.
The mix would literally have to be based on the cost to mix up that specific 10 mil, 20 mil, or whatever, as opposed to the cost of the flavors for you to buy them. Because buying those flavors, if you put in some medicine flowers and things, buying those flavors just to make that 30 mil could end up costing you 35 quid.
So,
but
simple
that
answer
doesn't
for
mean,
me.
That doesn't mean to say that bottle is going to
It's
cost
going to be 35
£35.
quid. Yes, yeah. Would you?
So for me, it wouldn't be. I would never give them the. I'd treat them just like anyone else. You want the best flavors. You're going to get the cream of the crop, the best flavors that I know of. That would be the list. It wouldn't matter what they cost because it just means that they can afford to reach out and grab them all the top flavors. Because the cost doesn't really matter in the end. It's really what you get for product. If you spend, 200 quid on a batch of flavor of mix, but it tastes like shit, who cares if it costs 200 quid? You want to taste good.
We're converting Tim. He's now saying quid.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, because he called you and he said, I want this.
I didn't even realize I did that.
Would you look out a box? Would you look at steeping it in an oak barrel, or do you know what I mean, or a bourbon barrel, or something like that?
See, I think I think Liam and I are on the same page. That extra stuff like that seems like extra chance potential harm. Possible.
Yeah, and I think when you're reading stuff like that, I think it goes back to the food that we were on about earlier. I don't know whether there might be a little bit of pretentiousness creeping in.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You just think, because you do see them where they've got, like vodkas, being soaked in a bourbon or aged oak barrel. Do you know what I mean? And I know, what is it used to do? Les used to do what is it? A bourbon aged vanilla in an oak barrel.
But the vodka is being filtered afterwards. The vodka is also going to be ingested, not inhaled.
I mean, if you were going to be pouring it, which I'm pretty sure Les probably did, knowing his background with doing the tobaccos and everything. If you're going to put it through the fine mesh micron filters and everything else afterwards to potentially remove anything that might have leaked from the barrel, any particulates, then you could go that way. But I still think the vast majority of the ones that you saw on the market at the time that were saying barrel aged oak and stuff like that wasn't. They were
Yeah.
just using a barrel
Barrel-aged
flavour.
flavouring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that, like I say, he used to do that. He used to also do Madagascar vanilla with a vanilla pod in it.
Yeah.
He used to put the
Which-
vanilla pod in with the E-liquid, let it sit through there with an
Which
actual vanilla pod in it.
Yeah, which again is fine to do as long as you're going through the
Diligent.
proper filtration.
Yeah.
To remove any particulates that could be in there. You know, with
It's bloody nice.
with Les having that background in making his own tobaccos and things like that, then he obviously had the knowledge to be able to filter everything properly with
Yes.
BG. Where I wouldn't go and buy a vanilla pod and just dump it in PG now and leave it sitting in my kitchen for 2 weeks.
Yeah, see what comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not just that, but you got to remember that a vanilla pod is oil based. So I see that's where we get into the whole thing of, is it really? Do we know enough? I don't like adding things that could be a potential unknown factor.
Yeah,
So-
especially when there's professional companies out there that have these flavors for us to use. Like
Exactly.
VSO are naturally extracted. Wonder Flavors got the
Medicine flower.
Wonder Flavors have got the naturally extracted line now. Medicine flower, naturally extracted. But they've got the facilities to ensure that it's safe for people to use.
Yes.
And what happens when you see stuff like this is you got the danger creeping in of especially new people coming into mixing. Go, oh, hang on a minute, I can mix up my own juice. Great. Oh, while I've been reading into mixing up my own juice, I've seen that people are getting it, making their own tobaccos. I'm going to do that too.
Yes, I did. Do you know, right? It's true fact. There's a video on YouTube from years ago where a guy was doing his own naturally extracted tobacco, and he just basically got a cigarette and put it in some fucking PG,
Yeah.
and crumbled the cigarette up and just left it there, and then fucking put it in a bottle.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean?
with the way vaping is being looked at recently by the world, it's by the world's governments. It's not a lot of the health authorities and stuff like that, because I mean, Royal College of Surgeons are still being completely ignored in the UK now. With the governments looking at vaping, the last thing you want is for people to harm themselves by doing things that
Yeah.
incorrectly
Might be slightly questionable. Yeah.
or are potentially dangerous without even realizing that they are, because they've seen misinformation out there. Right? Lately, they've been doing the rounds. A headline in the newspaper: "Celebrity died,"
Oh yeah, and he
over
said
here,
he'd
yeah.
been- yes, yeah,
And-
we all know about
but-
Sunday.
and it said vaping had killed him. But
Yeah.
when you actually, the headline said "killed by vape," but you actually read it, it's not vaping.
He was a massive
was-
heroin addict.
Yeah, he had loads of other health problems. He had loads of
Yeah.
other addictions. Yet they've decided to focus on vape because vape is currently being scrutinized by a lot of governments.
Yeah, everybody's looking at it, so it's this big headline.
Yeah. Sean's just put in medicine flower diluted with unicorn tears collected by leprechauns. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Because you could put that on a bottle. Someone would buy it because sounds expensive. Rocky's saying ALR calculator shows you the price batch. If you enter the cost in when you add a flavour, medicine flower is actually very cost effective.
Yep.
But it's that initial cost that you're putting out. That's the initial thing.
Yeah, now see,
But
that's
if
where-
you're buying a 30 mil of medicine flower, is the equivalent of buying like a 120
It's like
of
buying a
something
house.
else. So it's like buying a 120 of another thing. That's the thing, though. You compare it cost wise to use wise. It's like you're getting a 120 of something else, maybe even a 240, depending on what strength
So
Yeah,
you're
you're
not
using.
paying 25 quid for one bottle of 30 ml
That-
fucking juice.
That's what I was saying. The most expensive mix that you can think of might not necessarily be the most
It might not be.
expensive
Yes,
mix.
Yes.
Benny,
Yeah.
if you way you could do it where you'd feel less guilty, I can give it to you right now. Buy yourself the 30 mil, and as soon as it comes in, dilute it down to a lesser version of itself to a 120. You'll instantly feel better because you have more, or you're gonna have the same fucking mix in the end.
I'm still not buying it.
True.
No, Sean saying Grey Goose was really cheap vodka, bought and rebranded. And Brian saying, yeah, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I remember there was a big thing about that. Yeah. I mean,
And,
it's almost the way this we're talking about this, it almost reminds me of gout, rich man's disease. It's like, what can we do to add to a flavor to make it more dangerous, and then let them get sick on it because they're rich?
Yes. Well, that's it. That's what you do. That's what they do. That's what gout are. Eating too much red meat, innit? Gout.
Port as well. Port and cheese can kick it off.
Yep.
You won't get 30ml for 25. That's a 15ml bottle. Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I ain't fucking even paying that for 15ml. Yeah, folks. Neil's put, I had a friend who had an old whiskey barrels and put brandy, real cherries in it and let it steep for a few months, but very tasty. And Brian says maraschino cherries is a great marinated in bourbon.
It is.
John says we put it in a leather gilded crystal bottle, platinum cap, bottled at summit of Mount Everest. Exactly, that's what we've got to tell them.
Right. Now that's out in the wild. That's what's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks now.
yeah.
One of the big boys is going to be jumping straight onto that.
Yes. But what would you do, though? If you said that, right, Mount Everest, it'd be cold. You'd have to do it cold, wouldn't you? So it'd be an ice.
Oh, that'd be fun to bottle it. Yeah.
It's all coming out, yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
You're up there with a blowtorch on the bottle.
Yeah. No, but you do. It's got to be an ice mix.
Well, this is a creme brulee because I had to hold the bottle with a torch on it.
I want a posh vape Jew. That's what we'll give him, posh vape Jew off of the. So we're gonna go for this posh one. We're gonna go. It's gonna be icy because it's coming off of summit of Mount Everest, so it's gonna have ice in it. We're gonna go. Would you go with a bourbon? Do you know something a bit different than no one's done? Custard, or would you give them a fruits?
I'd give them a creme brulee because you're gonna have to torch that fucking bottle. I'm not kidding.
Creme brulee, yeah, that sounds posh.
You're gonna have to heat the bottle and like you
that sounds posh, doesn't it? A creme brulee. So we'll give them a creme brulee.
No, but bourbon custard with a hint of cigar.
Yeah. Tobacco custard.
Yeah, get yourself a nice mix.
You couldn't put ice in that though, could you? So you couldn't say it was done on the summit of Mount Everest.
Yeah, you can. It's the warm up stuff you take on Mount Everest.
Yes, you can. You can call it. You could call it yak milk. Seriously, I made that one. Was it the bourbon? The bourbon and the tobacco one, the bourbon tobacco, and it does actually kind of feel like that type of vape that you'd want if you were sitting there kind of feeling high end, like in one of those.
Are you talking about the plum bourbon tobacco?
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. And it kind of made me feel like I was back in one of those things where you used to be able to smoke a cigar and have a drink. Well, so I'd feel perfect for a polish.
I did a cigar and whiskey, I think. Cigar and whiskey, I'm sure it was.
Sophisticated. That's what you could do. It sophisticated. So you could. Thing is, you could do a whiskey with a little bit of ice in it. Couldn't you? You could do a bourbon or a whiskey custard, or do something like that with a whiskey in it to make it like a little bit and have a little bit of ice in it in there to make it a cold one. Fiddy says you delight most at 10%. It will give you 150 mils. You will still use the dilution at sub 1%. I've always to do a custard in one of those mini oak barrels. Yeah, that's what we were just on about, Fiddy. We were saying that Les used to do a bourbon vanilla custard one that was done in aged oak bourbon barrel. Did Les Pickens, who used to own the juice can. Ushan says Yubari King melon is considered one of the most expensive fruits in the world, selling for as much as 30,000 a pair. What's it called? Does it only produce once every 10 years? And it's up a mountain that you have to climb up to get it. Durian Brulee tobacco.
Durian Brulee tobacco. We got to make it gross for rich people, right? Because they like it better that way.
I mean, if you're really wanting to go gross, let's get some Rocky Mountain oyster concentrate. Throw that in there. Hey, them
Yeah.
rich folk love to eat
I
their
was
bulldog.
I was talking about concentrates that exist. Durian was up for grabs one of these last 2 years for Wonder Flavors, one of the flavors. It's like I'm not
Thank
sure why
God
that
you
actually went in.
did that.
Thank God I didn't test it.
Yeah, I didn't hear the battle part. You can do sex on the beach, respite, add cooling, call it snow on the beach for the snowstorm all the southern beaches had here in the States. It could do that. I think a tobacco flavour would be good for them. We'll do a tobacco. Tobacco creme brulee would probably go down well with them, wouldn't it? Tobacco creme brulee, like say tobacco custard, and do it with, and maybe add a little bit of whiskey in there.
Add a little whiskey. Use
little bit of whiskey in
Nam's
there.
whiskey. Whiskey
The
cream.
whiskey
in there.
cream. I was gonna say
Oh,
that.
is it-
would
is it
probably
nice,
go
that whiskey
well
cream,
with
is
my
it?
food.
It's delightful.
Or a snifter of brandy.
Oh yeah, brandy, yeah, brandy,
That's good,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's a good call. That brandy, yeah. A little bit of a brandy going on there. So if anybody out there who's watching, and that'll be next thing on there. We'll call it. We'll have it some posh name for it. Add a little milk and honey.
I think he wants it to taste good though, Rocky. I mean, just saying.
Oh. Then the durian is out.
Yeah, you could drop a little bit of a net tobacco in there, couldn't you? To make it a little bit more
Actually,
authentic.
I got a bunch of the nets.
Yeah.
I tell you, what does it still do? Who used to do nets? What were they called?
They still do it. They still do. It's on. I think it's still on Noms.
Oh, what would he call that one?
I have it. That's the one I have most of.
It's not. Is it the sticks?
That's
Yeah,
it, the
Sticks
sticks
Mix.
mix. That's it, sticks
Stick-
mix.
I never got on with those.
Really?
Oh, I'm impressed with myself for remembering.
Yeah, sticks mix.
Good
That
job.
used to be the big. They used to be always
You see,
what
is it
people
still
use. Wasn't it?
there? I
Sticks
think
mix.
it is.
I tried one that everybody was raving about, and all I could taste was omega-3.
Sticks Mix is
Really?
not on their list anymore.
All I could taste was
So-
fish oil. All I could taste was
Fish
fish
oil.
oil.
Really?
See, I thought it was kind of a little on the weak side, and it didn't quite blend with other things well, is what I found.
Well,
It
a lot
works
of
well
them-
if you're mixing within themselves, but once you start to mix outside of it, it mixes weird.
Well, a lot of them were one shots, weren't there? A lot of them were actually done as a one
Yeah.
shot rather than a standalone mix. You just used it on its own. They used to do a lot of tobaccos. It used to like Captain's tobacco and all sorts, didn't it? A custard tobacco and things like that. But sticks mix. It used to be quite because they had them at chefs, didn't they? Sticks
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah, they had them in Noms too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
that was another one though. I think, but a little bit like VSO, very small operation.
yes.
So it was being sold at a higher price point than perhaps what it should have been. But that's because of the costs of getting
Putting
it
it
over
together.
here in the first place
Yes.
and putting it together.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder
The
if we
more
still get
hands-on
sticks mix
approach.
here.
It's a more hands-on approach rather than a
Yeah.
laboratory big batch approach.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if you're in the country that you're sending it to, but when you're sending it overseas, it then becomes a very pricey venture.
Yeah. See if they still do that. Sticks mix. Concentrate UK. Does anybody still do it in UK? No.
Tim. If
No,
that,
no.
I hate you.
Is he just giving you an earworm?
No, he just got that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's an earworm. That's an
You can
earworm.
still,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
still
yeah,
buy
yeah.
them in the States. You can still buy sticks mix in the States.
Wasn't it Larry that really liked the sticks mix?
Yeah.
That's why you tried them.
Yeah, you can still buy them in the States if you want to buy them. Can't buy them here anymore.
From where though?
From Sticks Mix
Oh,
themselves.
from Sticks Mix themselves. Yeah, they do that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
No,
think
but-
I tried mixing a couple of them. They didn't mix amongst themselves badly. I just found that they didn't blend with like the creams and stuff well.
Yeah, it
They
does
kind of
a
did a weird
Cavendish,
mix.
Canadian mix, butter rum, Cavendish, Cornell,
I think-
Dale, Virginia.
I think that's a problem though with most of the nets, isn't it?
Mhm.
They mix well amongst themselves, but don't mix very well with the artificial flavorings that we use.
Yeah, it does quite a lot of teas as well. Quite big into teas. It does Blueberry infused, chai tea, Earl Grey, chock full of nuts.
But if you scroll over them too,
Absolutely.
Benny, you notice how it looks. You can see the oiliness in the picture of the bottles.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is they actually are like that, and you guys shake them up, so they're kind of a little bit of separation. You guys shake them up, and that separation, I think, creates a separation in the way they blend with other flavors.
Yeah, you can see that they are quite dark and but they are the nets. Leslie's used to be the same.
Mm.
Is there an RY4 that gives a good pipe tobacco flavour? Unfortunately, RY4, no, not an RY4.
RY4, no.
You'd have to go for something like for the pipe tobacco, if you can get hold of it.
Cherry for pipe.
Cherry for pipe, which is I'm thinking of
Inawera.
now. I'm thinking Inawera.
Inawera has a few good pipe tobaccos.
Yeah, they had the vanilla
Black
for
for
pipe,
pipe,
as well.
didn't they? They're black for pipe as
And
well.
red burley, you can kind of bend it into it pretty easily and make it into a pipe tobacco. That actually can be like a sweet pipe tobacco almost.
Yeah, so nearly if you're looking at Inawera, did like say pipe, we can't get. I look for them and we could not get them here. They're like rock and roll shit.
Yeah, I think it's a problem with the import. I think it's a problem with the import. You know, when chefs were selling it, I think it was something to do with because it had the word pipe and tobacco.
Right.
It was treated at customs as if they were importing actual tobacco.
Right. Because you could never get them. You could never get black for pipe.
Sweet tobacco from Perulum. That's another option. That's available.
I believe they were nets as well. So,
right.
Technically, you were, I suppose, importing tobacco.
Yeah.
You were. Yeah, that is actually a thing. Because I know VSO was looking into doing it at some point and they decided not to because of the legality issue of it.
Yeah. Dave Lloyd had that problem with the package going into Canada from the US.
Just because they had the name. Just from the name, they tried to fight him.
Yeah, that was the problem with the Inawera getting over here, I believe, was the fact they had pipe tobacco. Pipe tobacco was the name.
Yeah.
But an RY4 is just a caramel tobacco. So it's not really.
Yeah, so you're not going to get an RY4. You could look for, like, say, Flavora. You can get tobaccos
There's
from
a
there.
few that aren't bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say that, mate. They should label it like the French, just call it classique and use a picture of a cowboy hat as a synonym for tobacco. Yeah, they could do, yeah.
There is one that has something like that. Which one is it? That used to use the little cowboy hat thing.
Yeah, but like you say, you know, they were one. Everybody used to rave on about that. When I used to watch DIY now, when they used to do the 4 people on that were on there, they used to always say black for pipe, use black for pipe, and I'm like, oh, I'll try that, you know. And you just couldn't get. You could get none Inawera flavour, tobacco flavours at all.
I could never get hold of it when when I started venturing into tobaccos. By the time I'd gone away from the fruits and stuff when I first started on and started thinking, right, I'm gonna go and try tobaccos now. Mm-hmm. Then just couldn't get it.
No, you just couldn't get it for loving the money. Love the money. And every other one just didn't taste like a tobacco.
No.
Do you know what
I mean? Even Cavendish is actually closer to tobacco than RY4. I mean, pipe tobacco.
But if you do want some nets to try and play around, like I say, you can black pipe tobacco by Frederica DIY Flavors Canada.
Hi, Graham.
You all right, G? You all right, G? So yeah, like I say, it's just if you do want to play about with tobaccos and you are, like I say, you are new mixer and you're thinking about it, don't think that we're saying it's a tobacco as a cigarette. That's what you've got to think about. It's not that. It's not that flavour. You don't get the burnt flavour, the ash flavour.
Sweet and smoky.
Yeah.
To get it to taste like a cigarette is very hard.
Yes.
And by the time you do, it's not a good vape. In my opinion. It's like it tastes nasty. You just, why do you want to make your mouth taste like ass? I mean, if you really want to, I guess you can, but.
The thing is, a lot of it is just using an answer. Like people are saying, "Oh, can you get one that tastes of tobacco? Put it with a custard. Try it with a custard if you want to try it. Try it with a custard or a cream, things like that.
That's it. That's the easiest way.
On reserve right there. Reserve. You can buy a one shot.
As I'm sure I've said plenty of times before. Just think of it as a more savoury type mix.
Yes, yeah, like an answer to
You
it.
know, I'm saying the word savoury now in the hope that it doesn't send Rocky off on one in chat sending in his sweet yam recipes and his his
I'm
roast
sure he
dinners and
will.
everything else.
But tobacco's nice in a mouth to lung. Mouth to lung, if
It
you're
is.
a mouth
It
to lung
is.
vapor, it's very nice.
I like it direct to look.
Yeah, I like it dead. I like it more.
So that's the way
mouth to
I don't.
lung.
I do direct lung only.
Yeah, I like a nice mouth to lung on it. I
I
like
actually
it
like
when
a
we-
restricted direct lung with tobacco.
Do you know
actually.
what? If you do want that sort of dirty ashtray taste, let your wicks do a rebuildable and let your wicks go black.
Yeah,
See-
that's a great advice. That's not bad advice at all, because that's probably when they get bad shit coming in there,
Don't
Benny.
do that.
No,
She
It
used to
tastes
do that
great,
all the
though.
time.
It tastes
She used to
great.
do that
It
all the
tastes a lot
time.
better.
but I think I like it more as a direct to lung as opposed to mouth to lung because I'm not actually chasing that tobacco flavor reminiscent of when I was smoking. I'm chasing more of the flavor that, oh, that's nice. That's different.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Frankie's saying I have a net that has a 3-month steep time. Yeah, there will do. It will be a 3-month steep.
The
Yeah.
nets are long
Yeah.
steeps.
Yeah. You know, but try net tobacco. If you do get a chance to try one, you can pick one up. There's a few now in UK that do. You can get it from Drake's. You can get it from Le Tobaccoria, from what is it? Does it at Nature Vape? You can go to get Leslie's ones that are probably still there.
You could
flavours
go
that
to
he
the
had.
sponsor of the show and get Net Reality tobacco.
Yeah, you can get them from chefs. From Dark Star, which is still under Juice Cabin, which is Leslie's net tobaccos. I quite like. If you like an RY4, Macca's RY4 is stunning. I love that. I just refuse to buy it from him.
Rocky, there are some that do taste better like that, but it's probably not good for you.
Well, there's some that they have flavors that just, you're caught and instantly go black too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, wicks going black is not as concerning as when your actual coil goes black. When your coil turns black and crusty, that's like
Yeah.
somebody used to. I remember she said, "Oh, it's vaping fine,
bet
vaping
this
fine." She
one-
handed it to me, and I'd gag. It
Yeah,
was so
I bet this
bad.
one. I bet this one now's fucking black. If I took that off, it'd be disgusting. It'd be all crumbled over. It'd be all black. There'd be no wick in middle.
I changed my cotton earlier and I only had half a wick left.
Yeah, when it used to burn in middle and drop out.
Yeah.
It's funny. You can tell the ramp up time. All of a sudden, ramp up time is instantaneous. Yep, that's got no cotton.
Yeah. I usually get it
I've been a
when
lot better about that since I started using, RDAs and stopped using, pre-made coils.
Oh,
Okay.
there's nothing like the hot lava spit back from an RDA to make you want to change your cotton.
So Neil, right? So has anybody tried the Juice Cabin's Dark Star? That Dark Star has made, are they same or different? I would have thought, to be fair, that they're still Leslie's stuff because they had batches of him. He had quite a lot of batches made up, did Les, and they took all the stock. So I think that the stock that they've still got is probably still Leslie's stuff. Because when did Dark Star take it over? It's a lockdown, so it's about 3 years
But I
now.
thought their overstock went to the other one, the Kings or what? I mean,
No,
not Kings,
that's
but the other
chefs.
No, no.
That's chefs.
No,
That's
that's
chefs.
chefs.
Those chefs. Oh,
That's
chefs. That's right.
So
Yeah.
what happened with this is Juice Cabin, Les passed away, had a heart attack, passed away.
That's right.
So it was stopped with his brother, his mum, and Liam, who used to run the shop. And they didn't reopen the shop, and it was just online, and they were just doing the juice. And then Liam decided he was going to go down. I think he's a motor mechanic now. He wanted to go back and do motor mechanicing, and his brother said, "Right, we're going to." So Dark Star did step up to save the brand, basically, and kept it as Juice Cabin. But I think the stuff that was left, even though it's about 3 years, no 4 years, I think they had, because it takes a long process. It's not a 5-minute job to do it. It's a good 6 months. So I think they had enough stock to last them because obviously it's not that as popular. So like I say, if he's done a 6-month stock, it probably the batch after this probably is. I'd be able to tell more if I get a Macca's RY4.
Anybody notice that the umbrella of Dark
but-
Star over some of the older brands is getting wider?
Yeah, the problem is with Dark Star though, is you
Change
never know.
things.
You never
No,
know.
no, you don't. That's the big issue. That's why I've not bought, because I've got 20% off and things like that at the moment. And I keep thinking, shall I get some? Shall I get some? And I'm thinking, I'd be highly disappointed if I got it and it was shit.
Yeah.
Do you know
It's
what
like
I mean?
they're not relabeling the chef's ones or letting you know, just saying new and improved at the very end, and after pushing it for like a few days without, or a week or so,
And that-
without letting anybody know.
And new and
Yeah.
improved only come along once people picked up and started complaining.
Yeah, it was about a week later, week or two later.
And I'm like, do I
was
really
a little
want
shady.
to do that? Yeah, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to be that disappointed if I do get some Macca's IY4 and find that they've cut back on some of the flavours they use, they've used something different?
I mean,
I'd like to think, out of respect for Les, that
all right,
when the flavours were done,
Stephen just said there is no more Macca's IY4 on the site. That's why then, because obviously it was
they went out. Yeah,
that's it.
I was going to say, I would. That's what I was just about to say. Was I would have liked to have thought that, out of respect for that brand, that when the flavours were done, that was it. They wouldn't carry on with the brand under their own liquids.
seems like he's in chat and can't make it in here. I'm going to pick on him right now. So I'm going to say you wanted a really, really good flavor. A mix that, Liam makes. And then you get a knockoff version from Nut Reality and you didn't want that crap. It could happen. So I was just saying. Next time, come on, and I won't be able to do that.
You're a jerk. And after he came and watched our premiere last night.
All right, yeah, they have. He's no longer. You can't get Macca's IY4.
Which I have to say, the new Medicine Flowers did perform. They were good.
Tabella 2.
Even
Tabella
the one
2
you
is quite
scared me
nice.
about.
Tabella 2. But some of these ones I do not recognise as what they did. Maduro they used to do. El Chapo used to do. Bacasino. Blackbeard they used to do. Pina Colada. I think, I think they've changed some of these.
To address what the Sean said, with that though, that could be like the vast majority of mixes. You end up with a flavor book where you've been experimenting with flavors. You've put stuff together. You really enjoyed it, but you just never got around to releasing it. It could just be with their labs new flavors every month. It could just be they're producing new flavors, but they're not actually new flavors. It could just be somebody's recipe book that they're working through.
I think what they do is with the labs ones where they release flavors every month. I think they throw some flavors out there and see which one sticks.
Yeah,
it's like throwing shit on wall, innit? Throw shit against wall and see which bit sticks.
Yeah, but that's they could be working through somebody's flavor book, through somebody's recipe book, and just like you said, pebble dash the wall and see what happens.
Yeah, see which one sticks. Yeah. So obviously, Macca's IY4, that was the last of what they was doing. They can't make it. They obviously they've tried and they haven't been able to make Macca's IY4.
It could be an ingredient missing too. It might, even if they had the recipe, there might be an ingredient flavor they can't get anymore.
Yeah. See, Lezard had adapted that and changed it slightly to make it the same. But see, that's what he did. Tabilla 2 is that he couldn't get Tabilla. He couldn't get the flavour concentrates to make Tabilla, so he made a net tobacco and call it Tabilla 2. But he couldn't get the flavours for Tabilla anymore. So he adapted a net tobacco and make it Tabilla 2.
He's taken some hits in the flavorings department. You're taking some hits.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So, that's me. I should have picked some up now. I'm a bit gutted now. I'm going to cry. No more Macca's IY4, one of my favourites. Bastards.
Now you have to create your own better version.
If anybody
I prefer this. I'm not bothered, to be honest with you.
If anybody out there watching this has Macca's RY4, this is an appeal.
Yeah.
Please, before you decide to put it on eBay, just email the show and see what Benny will offer you.
Yeah. If anybody's got some and you're going down to Expo, bring it down to me.
If 15 pence for 300 mils is not good enough, well, you're probably not going to get better from Benny.
Yeah.
But
If anybody's got Macca's IY4, they've got some concentrate and they want to slip us a little bit when we're going to Expo in May, then maybe drop me some off.
For just 50 pence a month. less than the cup, less than the
That's the cost of a cup of coffee.
less than less than the cost of a cup of Yorkshire tea.
Exactly.
You could give a poor Yorkshireman.
Poor
Mac is
Yorkshireman,
our
we know
way
Mac
for.
is our way for. That Mac is our way for the win. To be fair, I'm all right with it. I've been using this, so I make my own up. Hey, Scott, you all right? Hope you're all well. Man flu right up. Can't even taste mint menthol. Oh, that's a bit of shit.
Oh, I hate that.
Scott Woodwood, if Woodwood, if Scott Woodwood.
I've got like this. I don't feel too stuffed up, but I just can't stop the running nose because of this cold weather today, going out with the dogs and stuff. And it like brings the capillaries in your nose and it just makes you run like a freaking tap. That's been what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
It's just going out into the cold and then coming back in opens up all the pores and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I come back in, it's like just waterworks coming out my nose.
Yeah.
It's been like that
no good.
all day. No, it's been going around. Take care of yourself.
There's loads of stuff going around. There's loads of stuff going on. Yeah, everybody's been off sick about coughs and that. Everybody, if we'd have been 4 years ago, we'd have called it COVID.
I mean, Benny's
Now we
whole
just call
route
it
has
COVID
come down
now.
with all kinds of STDs somehow. We don't know how that happened. But.
So, right. Well, we will. Like I said, at the moment, we're just doing an hour. So we're just over an hour at the moment. So we're just going to call it a little bit earlier, just while we all get back. When G decides he's done his enough work and he's coming back, then we'll be all back up and running. Like I said, we've given an option that we do an hour. If it's going good, we'll go on. If we've got something to talk about, but I think we've talked enough about it, and we can sort of cut it here. And we're at 10 past now, so we're sort of on time. We're 5 minutes over, so that'll do us. So we will go around and say our goodbyes. We will start with Lady Liberty.
Bye. And I'll pass it to Liam.
All right, thanks everybody. Night. Over to Tim.
Join us Saturday for single source mixes and some giveaways. Other than that, pass it to Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on the 200th show. We've been doing this. It's actually a bit more because it was called Mixing with Benny and Friends. But thank you, everybody, for joining in, tuning in for us each week and keeping us going. Much appreciated. It is a lot to do, 200 shows on the mixing, so it's done quite well to get to where we are at the moment. But like I say, it's probably about nearly 250 shows altogether with the first iteration of it before we decide to change the name. So thank you for everybody tuning in, week out. It is much appreciated. You will find us here same time next week. Do go over to Tim's channel and see what they're doing on Saturday. Probably chocolate again.
No, that's Tuesdays.
Was that Tuesdays? That's Tuesdays. Saturday we've got something different. We won't have Lady Liberty unless she comes in with a black eye. And it's not down to Tim.
I'll probably
Don't
be
blame
here.
Tim.
I might not be able to read chat, but I'll probably be here.
So don't be thinking Tim's given a bit of a pelting. You know what I mean? He hasn't.
No,
She's
it
going
was
for an
my doctor.
operation.
She's punching me in the face.
Like I say, if you have got any questions, you can go over to Monkey on Juice. It is the home of the U.K.E-liquid Mixing. You can use AAFL over at Noms to get, is it 15% off? 15?
15.
15% off at Noms. You can use it DIY Canada or whatever it is. You can use it as
10% off. Yep.
10% off. And where else is it?
VSO and Bull City. And all the links are there. Plus, I will mention the whole thing for my birthday, February and March. Anybody using Bull City using code AFL and orders over $75 get entered into a $100 giveaway. Gift
There you
card.
go. So go do that.
And
So we will see you next week, same time, same place. Good night.
Night all.